All right, update day. I am out on a beautiful hike, and I'm very tired. I've been doing a lot of admin work with the company. It's exhausting and not very fun, to be real about it, but it has to be done. So I'm going to use these vlogs to catch you up on what Kristin Damrow Company has been doing. It's not that fun, like I said, but it's real running a dance company life. So I'm gonna do this run. Gotta work through all this shit that's going on. So you're gonna follow me along. If you didn't check out my last vlog, Kristin Damrow Company just had our last home season at Yerba Buena Center for the Arts. Before Impact even started I wanted to create the company into a nonprofit organization. But the piece got started, things got rolling, I just didn't have time to do it. So now that I have these couple months before I start my next project, I'm like, this is the time. We've been fiscally sponsored with Dancers Group, who is a nonprofit dance organization here in the Bay Area, and they are the umbrella for many fiscally sponsored projects. With Dancers Group, we are able to take tax-deductible donations, we're able to apply for grants, we're able to have fundraisers. But what I'm finding as the company is growing, and I have some bigger programs that I'll tell you about later that I want to launch, there's a bit of a kind of a roadblock being fiscally sponsored. Having that sort of nonprofit stamp allows us to apply for larger grants, national grants. We can start to cultivate our donor base more and hopefully, along with other artistic programs, open up more funding programs for the company. So stepping into this, I knew a little bit about a dance organization becoming a nonprofit through different conversations I had with other choreographers. Jill Randall has her Life of a Modern Dancer blog where she has posted sort of insights from other directors around the country about becoming a nonprofit. I will link that below. Jill Randall's awesome, check her out. I also got recommended to read like a 400-page book, Nonprofit for Dummies. So all in all, I decided this is a step that the company has to take. Step number one is I knew I had to hire someone to help me. Last year I had an administrative intern, so this year it was my goal to hire Clarissa to be my administrative assistant. So she is going to help me along with this process of becoming a nonprofit and overall just help me out with the operations of the company. It is so helpful to have that extra mind, extra hands taken on task. So in our initial research, we came across California nonprofits. I will link them below. They give a step-by-step guide you can follow to become a nonprofit. This one's specific for California. I'm sure there are some for every single state. So this is just one, there's many. This is the one we chose to use because the options always seem endless, so just pick and decide, move on. And in going through these guidelines, what became really apparent is that you need to hire a lawyer. So what a lawyer does is they just review and go over all of the legal talk about all of the forms that you're going to be submitting to the IRS and to the state. And by having a lawyer who knows what they're doing actually submit these documents, you have a much better success rate coming out of it. Because if you just go at it on your own through all these tutorial videos and things, it's great, but there is still that risk that some language might not be right or there might be a red flag and it'll just prolong the process. Taking a step outside of normally scheduled vlogging, because in the process of editing my video, I also came across California Lawyers for the Arts, which you can apply, go through financial screening to get a lawyer for either pro bono or for a discounted rate based on your own income. So check them out as well. They're a really good resource. Back to it. In my mind, I decided hiring a lawyer was gonna be our best bet. It is a fee. I mean, it's something else I'm putting into this process, but in my mind, it was worth it. And one really big benefit is there are some really small developmental and organizational grants that you can apply for in the Bay Area specifically. One of them is the Quick Grant through the Center of Cultural Innovation. It's every single month you can apply for it. The other one is, I have to look it up, through the Integrity Arts and Culture Association. These are like small, under $1,000 grants, but we're hoping that if we sort of piece it together, we can help get the support to hire the lawyer for this project, because these grants are meant to develop your organization, for consultants, for workshops, for hopefully lawyers. So it just offers opportunities for you to grow as an organization. So I also just want to share something. There's workers on our roof. It's gonna be annoying. think this may not be the best recording place. Let's go for a little trip. So as I was mentioning, one roadblock we are faced with is where our physical address for the company will be. So I live in Oakland. I would love to live in San Francisco, but I just can't afford it. But all of my student body, all of my company, all of our shows, workshops, networking, meetups, all happen in the city. So I want to be able to apply for grants. Okay. All of the bulk of our programming is in San Francisco, so I want to be able to support that there. So we're in some conversations with other organizations that might be like our home base. That is the biggest roadblock. If you have any suggestions, comments, tips, if you've faced this before, let me know. I'd love to hear from you so we can help each other out. And one of the reasons we're kind of stuck with not having a physical address in San Francisco is we cannot apply for our EIN, which is the business license. We then can't open a bank account. We then can't apply. So it's sort of this overarching thing we gotta figure out. But now, let's get coffee. Go into Timeless, one of my favorite spots on Piedmont. Steps once we figure out the address situation is that we will file our articles of incorporation, we'll get our EIN business license, we will then make bylaws, we'll submit all the things, and then we'll become a nonprofit. I don't think it's that easy. There'll be a lot more process along the way, and I want to utilize these vlogs to kind of give some insight into my process of doing this. So I hope you will stick with me along the way. I think one thing I really would love to share is some of my thoughts into the programming of why ultimately I want Kristin Damrow Company to become a nonprofit. Number one, I want to expand our education programs. Last summer we launched Work, which is our summer performance intensive. We're doing another one this year, August 5th through the 9th. What else? Oh, the Merde Project. This is a very exciting passion project that Rick, my partner, and I have been working on. It involves artist commissioning, it involves a show, it involves product. If any of you saw the Merde pin from our Indiegogo campaign, those are going to be for sale to help fund this project, as well as t-shirts and swag and all the good things. So there's some really exciting things that are going to be launched very soon, in addition to making another awesome piece, hopefully starting up in a month or so. So I'm gonna have this coffee, I'm gonna eat my Danish, and I'm gonna read a book in the park. Call it a day.